I have been in love with Connor Hayes since I was 15 years old. He has never known. He will never know. Because Connor is my brother's best friend. Connor is the guy who taught me how to throw a football. Connor is the guy who drove me to the hospital when I broke my arm. Connor is the guy who has spent 10 years treating me like a little brother. And I am the idiot who has spent 6 years wanting him to see me as anything else. I am standing outside a cabin in the middle of nowhere. Snow is falling so hard I can barely see 3 feet in front of me. My brother was supposed to come on this trip with me. It was supposed to be a weekend getaway. Just the two of us. But he got called in for work at the last minute. He asked Connor to come instead. He said he did not want me driving up here alone. He said Connor would take care of me. Connor is pulling bags out of his truck. He is wearing a thick winter coat and a beanie. His breath comes out in white clouds. He looks at me and grins. He says, "Stop standing there freezing. Get inside. I will bring the stuff in." I go inside. The cabin is small. 1 main room with a kitchen and a fireplace, 1 bathroom, 1 bedroom. I walk into the bedroom. I stop. There is only 1 bed. It is a queen-size bed. There is no couch in the main room. There is nowhere else to sleep. Connor comes in behind me carrying 2 duffel bags. He sees the bed. He laughs. He says, "Well, this is awkward. I can sleep on the floor. No big deal." I say, "You are not sleeping on the floor. We can share. We are adults." He looks at me for a second too long. Then he shrugs. He says, "Sure, if you are cool with it." I am not cool with it. I am the opposite of cool with it. But I nod. He says the weather report says the storm is getting worse. We might be stuck here for a few days. I brought extra food just in case. I say a few days. He says, "Yeah, but do not worry. I will keep you entertained." He winks at me. It is a joke. It is a friendly wink. But my stomach flips anyway. I am going to be trapped in a cabin with Connor Hayes for multiple days. With 1 bed. During a snowstorm. This is either going to be the best weekend of my life, or it is going to destroy me. The first day is strange. We try to act normal. We unpack. We make lunch. We sit by the fire and play cards. But everything feels different. Maybe it is the isolation. Maybe it is the snow piling up outside. Maybe it is the fact that there is nowhere to escape to. Connor is being himself. He is making jokes. He is talking about work. He is asking me about school. But I keep noticing things I should not notice. Like the way his hands look when he shuffles the cards. Like the way his jaw tightens when he concentrates. Like the way he stretches and his shirt rides up and I can see a strip of skin above his jeans. I am losing my mind. That night we get ready for bed. Connor changes in the bathroom. I change in the bedroom. When he comes out, he is wearing sweatpants and a t-shirt. I am wearing flannel pants and a hoodie. We stand on opposite sides of the bed. It feels like a standoff. Connor says, "So how do we do this? Do you want a pillow barrier or something?" I laugh. It sounds forced. I say we are not 12. Just get in. I climb into my side. He climbs into his. There is at least a foot of space between us. The bed feels huge and tiny at the same time. Connor turns off the light. The room goes dark. I can hear him breathing. I can feel the mattress dip under his weight. He says, "Good night, Miles." I say good night. I do not sleep. I lie there staring at the ceiling. I can hear the wind howling outside. I can feel the heat coming off Connor's body even though we are not touching. At some point I drift off. When I wake up a few hours later, I am no longer on my side of the bed. I have rolled toward the middle, and Connor's arm is draped over my waist. I freeze. He is still asleep. His face is inches from the back of my neck. I can feel his breath on my skin. I should move. I should roll away. But I do not. I stay perfectly still. I memorize the feeling. Because I know when he wakes up, he is going to pull away and pretend this never happened. 10 minutes later, he stirs. He realizes where his arm is. He pulls back so fast the bed shakes. He says, "Sorry. I am a cuddler, I guess." Occupational hazard. I say it is fine. We do not talk about it again. The next morning, I wake up to the sound of Connor cursing. I go into the main room. He is standing by the window looking outside. The snow is at least 4 feet high. It has completely buried the porch. The truck is barely visible. Connor says we are snowed in. I tried to call your brother, but cell service is dead. The main road is closed. No one is getting in or out for at least 3 days. I feel panic rising in my chest. 3 more days. Alone. With him. Connor turns to look at me. He says, "Hey, it is okay. We have food. We have heat. We will be fine. I promise." He puts his hand on my shoulder. It is meant to be reassuring. It is not. I say I am going to take a walk, clear my head. He frowns. He says it is -10 degrees out there. I say I will stay close. I just need air. He does not look happy, but he nods. He says, "Take my coat. Yours is too thin. And do not go past the tree line." I put on his coat. It smells like him. I go outside. The cold hits me like a wall. I walk toward the trees. The snow is so deep I can barely move. I am trying to breathe. I am trying to think. I need to get control of myself. This crush is pathetic. Connor does not see me that way. Connor is straight. Connor is my brother's best friend. This is never going to happen. I step forward and the ground disappears. I fall. I land in a ditch filled with icy water. The cold is instant and paralyzing. I try to stand, but my legs will not work. I am soaked. I am shaking. I hear Connor yelling my name. Then he is there. He pulls me out of the water. He is yelling at me, but I cannot understand the words. Everything is numb. He carries me back to the cabin. He kicks the door open. He sets me down in the bathroom. He turns on the shower. He starts pulling off my wet clothes, my coat, my shirt, my boots, my jeans. I try to say I can do it, but my teeth are chattering too hard. He says, "You are hypothermic. Stop talking. Let me help you." He gets me down to my underwear. Then he stops. He says, "You need to get in the shower. Now." I try to step into the shower, but my legs give out. He catches me. He curses. He says, "I am sorry, Miles. I have to do this." He strips off his own shirt. He pulls off my underwear. He guides me into the warm water. Then he steps in behind me. He is still wearing his jeans, but he does not care. He wraps his arms around me from behind. He holds me against his chest, skin to skin. He says, "This is protocol. Body heat. You are going to be okay." I am too out of it to be embarrassed. I just lean back against him. He is so warm. I can feel every muscle in his chest and stomach. I can feel his heart beating against my back. We stay like that for a long time. Eventually, I stop shaking. The feeling comes back to my fingers and toes. I become aware of where I am, what is happening. Connor's arms are around me. We are both mostly naked. The water is running over us. His chin is resting on top of my head. I say I think I am okay now. His arms tighten for just a second. Then he lets go. He steps out of the shower. He does not look at me. He says, "Finish warming up. I will get you dry clothes." He leaves. I stand there under the water. I do not know what just happened. But something shifted. I felt it. In the way he held me. In the way his breathing changed. In the way he hesitated before letting go. Or maybe I am imagining it. Maybe I am projecting. Maybe I am just desperate. I spend the rest of the day wrapped in blankets by the fire. Connor keeps checking on me. He brings me soup. He makes sure I drink water. He will not let me do anything. He says, "You scared the hell out of me. Do not do that again." I say I did not fall in on purpose. He says, "I know." But still, if something happened to you, your brother would kill me. And also I would never forgive myself. There is something in his voice. Something I cannot name. That night we go to bed earlier. I am exhausted. Connor insists I take the side of the bed closer to the fireplace because it is warmer. I fall asleep fast. but I do not stay asleep. I have a nightmare. I am back in the icy water. I am sinking. I cannot breathe. I am calling for Connor, but he cannot hear me. I wake up gasping. I am saying his name out loud. I am crying. Connor is already awake. He is leaning over me. He says, "Hey, hey, you are okay. You are safe. I am right here." I am shaking again, but not from cold, from fear, from relief. He pulls me against him. He wraps both arms around me. He runs his hand through my hair. He says, "Breathe with me, in and out." "You are okay." I bury my face in his chest. I am still half asleep. I am not thinking. I say, "Please do not leave me. I cannot lose you. I love you. I have always loved you." I feel his whole body go still. I realize what I just said. I pull back. I open my eyes. He is staring at me. I say I am sorry. I did not mean that. I was dreaming. Forget I said anything. But he is not letting go. He is looking at me like he is seeing me for the first time. He says, "How long?" I say, "What?" He says, "How long have you felt that way?" I close my eyes. I say, "Since I was 15. Since the first time you stayed over at our house and you actually talked to me like I was a person. Since you drove me to prom because I did not have a date and you did not want me to feel bad. Since every single moment you were kind to me when you did not have to be." I say, "But I know you do not feel the same. I know you are straight. I know I am just your best friend's little brother. So please just forget I said it. We can pretend this never happened." He does not say anything. He just keeps staring at me. Then he does something I do not expect. He leans down and kisses my forehead. Then he pulls me back against his chest. He wraps his arms around me tight. He whispers, "I am not going anywhere. Go back to sleep." I do not understand what is happening, but I am too tired to question it. I fall asleep in his arms. The next morning, I wake up alone. Connor is not in bed. I hear noise in the kitchen. I get up. I find him making coffee. He looks like he has not slept. I say good morning. He says, "Sit down. We need to talk." My stomach drops. I sit at the small table. He brings over 2 mugs of coffee. He sits across from me. He says, "I did not sleep last night. I kept thinking about what you said. And I need to be honest with you." I brace myself. I say, "Okay." He says, "When your brother asked me to come on this trip, I almost said no. And not because I did not want to hang out with you, but because I did want to. Too much." I stare at him. He says, "I have been trying to ignore it for 2 years, the way I feel when I am around you. I told myself it was just protective instinct. I told myself you were like a little brother to me. But that is a lie." He runs his hand through his hair. He says, "I do not know what I am, Miles. I have only ever been with women. I have never questioned that. But then you grew up, and you stopped being this kid I needed to look out for. And you became this person I could not stop thinking about." He says, "I have been terrified. Terrified of what it means. Terrified of what your brother would think. Terrified that I am too old for you, or that I am taking advantage, or that I am just confused." He looks at me. His eyes are red. He says, "But last night when you said you loved me, I realized I have been lying to myself, because I feel the same way. I do not know what that makes me, but I know I want you. I know I care about you in a way that is not brotherly. And I know I am probably destroying everything by telling you this. I cannot breathe. I cannot think." I say, "You want me." He says, "Yes." I say, "But you are straight." He laughs. It is a broken sound. He says clearly, "I am not. Or maybe I am bisexual. Or maybe labels do not matter. All I know is that I want to kiss you, and I have wanted to kiss you for months, and I am tired of pretending I do not." I stand up. He stands up. We are inches apart. I say, "Then kiss me." He does. He cups my face in his hands and he kisses me. It is not gentle. It is desperate. It is years of wanting. His mouth moves against mine like he has been starving for this. I kiss him back with everything I have. I grab his shirt and pull him closer. He backs me up against the counter. His hands are in my hair. My hands are under his shirt. We break apart. We are both breathing hard. He presses his forehead against mine. He says, "I do not know what happens next. I do not know how we tell your brother. I do not know how I tell my family. But I know I do not want to go back to pretending." I say, "Then do not. Do not pretend. Just be with me." He kisses me again, and again, and again. We do not leave the cabin all day. On the 5th day, the storm finally breaks. The sun comes out. The snow starts to melt. A plow clears the main road. We can leave. Connor is standing by the door. The truck keys are in his hand. He is staring at them. I am packing up the last of our stuff. The silence is heavy. He says, "If we leave, everything changes." I stop. I say, "I know." He says, "Out there, I have to tell your brother that I have feelings for you. I have to tell him that I crossed a line. He might never forgive me. I might lose my best friend." He says, "Out there, I have to tell my family. My dad is not going to understand. My dad is going to say terrible things. I might lose them too." He says, "Out there, people are going to talk. People are going to say I am a creep, that I took advantage of you, that I groomed you, even though none of that is true." He turns to look at me. He says, "Or we can leave. I can drive you home. We can say this was just cabin fever. We can say we were stuck together and we got confused. We can go back to how things were." My chest aches. I say, "Is that what you want?" He says, "No. God, no. But I need to know what you want. Because if we do this, you are going to deal with all of that too. Your brother might be angry at you. People might judge you. And I need to know that you are ready for that." I walk over to him. I take the keys out of his hand. I set them on the table by the door. I close the door. I lock it. I say, "I have loved you for 6 years, Connor. I have imagined 1,000 different versions of how you might feel the same way. And not one of them was as good as the real thing. I say I do not care what people say. I do not care if it is hard. I just care about you." He stares at me. Then he makes a decision. He crosses the space between us. He picks me up. I wrap my legs around his waist. He carries me back to the bedroom. He kicks the door shut behind us. We stay in the cabin for 12 more hours. Just us. No outside world, no consequences. Just this. When we finally leave, the sun is setting. Connor drives. I sit in the passenger seat. He reaches over and takes my hand. He does not let go the entire drive home. Telling my brother was the hardest conversation of my life. He was angry. He felt betrayed. He did not talk to Connor for 3 weeks. But eventually he came around. He said if Connor hurts me, he will kill him. But he said he could see that Connor loved me. And that was enough. Connor's dad did not take it well. He said things I will not repeat. Connor does not talk to him anymore. But his mom called a month later. She said she just wanted him to be happy. It is a start. People did talk. People did judge. But Connor did not hide. He held my hand in public. He introduced me as his boyfriend. He chose me every single day. Sometimes love does not come easy. Sometimes it costs you things you thought you could not live without. But sometimes what you gain is worth everything you lost. If you have ever fallen for someone you thought you could never have, let me know in the comments. And if you made it this far, hit that like button and subscribe. I will see you in the next one.